So the question, the question was, you're starting from point A, you're going to B, then you're going to C, and then finally D. Okay, you're starting from rest, that is 0 meter per second over here, and you're accelerating with x meter per second square to reach a speed of 30 meter per second. And then you go with the constant speed for t seconds. That means here also the speed is 30 meter per second. And then you are decelerating at negative 3x meter per second square to come down to 0 meter per second. Now the total distance covered over here, the total distance is 6 kilometers, okay, which you can say 6,000 meters. And 5 minutes was the total time taken, 5 minutes, which is you can say 300 seconds. My question was to find x and t. What is x and what is t? Okay, the approach should be to draw first of all the speed time graph. Okay, can you draw the speed time graph?
Speed time graph.
Yeah. So from A to B, A is 0.
Yeah, wait, hang on.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's just with all these variables, it's going to be a little bit weird because we don't know some of the parts of the scale.
Mm-hmm. We have to practice the difficult questions because your school gives difficult questions. Okay.
yeah, Mr. Ackland is quite fond of giving very difficult
we
questions.
have to discuss the difficult questions only, but I'll try to make it simpler for you. Okay, this one is not very difficult, it is a little tricky, that's it. Okay, try doing it.
100s. Sorry, I'm not. What were the markings on the first line for? I'm not totally sure.
So all these are the speed. This is the motion straight line starting from point A 0 meter per second. Then he reaches B and having the speed of 30 meter per second because it was accelerating with x meter per second square. So obviously it is accelerating with the constant rate, so it will be a straight line like this. Okay.
Yeah.
So this will be 30 meter per second. Yeah. And then he's going with a constant speed. He's going with a constant speed for t seconds. So this is for t seconds basically. Yeah. And then he's decelerating, reaching 0 meter per second.
Yeah, so, at 3.
Like this. Yeah. Now over here, the gradient over here in the first part, that is from A to B, the gradient would be x, and C to D, the gradient would be minus 3x. Correct?
Yeah.
Now the total time is 300 seconds. So till here it is 300 seconds, and you are given one more thing, the distance covered, that is 6,000 meters, right?
Yep.
How do you get the distance in speed time graph?
It's the area.
Absolutely. So this particular
now
area,
that we know that 6,000 is equal to a specific area, then we can figure out t as a second base.
Absolutely.
Because we know that the entire trip takes 300 seconds, which means it's what, b1 plus b2. So 300 plus t times the height, which is 30 meters per second.
Yes.
So times 30 over 2, which, 330 times, okay, wow. 9,000 plus 30t over 2. You can say that's 4,500 plus 15t is equal to 6,000. So 2,000 equals 15t. So t equals 2,000 over 15, which is equal to a number. 133.33.
What are you doing? I'm not understanding. Like, see, the thing is, you have this, right? What you'll simply do, 2 1s are 2 15s are. Take 15 on the other side, so that will make it 400. Okay, 400 equals to 300 plus t. 400 equals to 300 plus t. So therefore, t is equals to 100.
Wait, hang
Right.
on.
Stuck?
Oh, I'm an idiot.
No problem.
Yeah, no, I should have gotten 100. It's just that stupid mistake.
No problem.
I just quickly thought for 6,000 minus 4,000 when it was 6,000 minus 4,500. So
Okay.
it should be
No problem.
100.
Yeah. So now you know that t is equals to 100. I want you to
Yep.
determine the value of x. Okay.
That equals
Let me give you a
100,
hint.
determining.
The hint is basically what you will be doing is you will be calculating the t1 in terms of x. You already know this t2 over here, which is equals to 100, and you get t3 also in terms of x. Okay, and the sum of t1, t2, and t3 is equals to 300. So
Yeah,
that will give you the value of x. Try doing it.
it's rather annoying. X is a gradient. No, we still need to find the time. Sorry, I'm just confusing myself more because, of course, that's what every person should do when they're solving math, right? Confuse themselves.
You won't get confused. See what you are given. If I'm considering A, B, you're given.
Yeah, hang on.
All right.
I just need to think a little bit. X meters per second or the time in terms of x meters per second. If we know that x is equal to the gradient or
Very good.
t1 rise over run, so 30 over t1. T1 is equal to x. We can just swap it out so that 30 over x is equal to t1.
Absolutely.
And then as for t3, what we want is right, it's basically the same thing. We're just looking at a slope again. In this case, it would be t3. The difference would be t3 for that, and then the other difference would be negative 30. So negative 30 over t3 is equal to the minus 3 x meters per second. What that means is that we can also express this as minus 30 over minus 3x or 10 over x.
Absolutely.
And then using that, we know that 100 plus t1 plus t3 is equal to 300. So 30 over x plus 10 over x.
I just open the door.
300. Okay, I'll keep solving.
Yeah. Getting there? So.
Yep, I got it. X is 0.2.
Absolutely correct. Okay. So so x is equals to 0.2. Yep. All right. Yep. Let's go ahead. Okay. So now we can actually start with the motion under gravity. Okay. So let's do that. Now, see, the thing is, this is not different stuff. Okay. Only thing is like here we will be using the sign convention. Okay. So the convention is like if you're considering anything, any vector having its effect or being measured in the upward direction, it is considered to be positive. And any vector having its effect or being measured in the downward direction is considered to be negative. Okay. Yep. Now, my question, what do you think the acceleration due to gravity acceleration due to gravity as simply, okay, yeah, acceleration due to gravity. What is it? If it is, if the motion is upward, okay, and if the motion is downward, so
Acceleration due
upward,
to gravity is always constant.
and it is positive or negative when it is upward and when it is downward. What is it?
Should be negative
When it is down,
consistently because
upward and downward?
when it's downward, positive.
Wrong. The thing is, it is always
I'm not sure
negative.
what you're asking. I'm
Okay,
not sure what you're asking.
With this sign, with the sign convention, what I'm asking is,
Yeah, it should always be negative because
is
it's towards the
always
earth.
negative. Yeah, it is always negative. Okay, be it the upward, be it the upward motion or the downward motion, it is always negative. Okay, all right. The thing is, like, let's consider the pure upward motion and the pure downward motion. So when I'm considering the pure upward motion, what do I mean with the pure upward motion? Means the object is going upward only. Okay, just upward.
Yep.
We are not mixing it with the downward motion. Right. So, and the second is the pure downward motion. Okay, pure downward motion. Okay. All right. So you basically, I just saw take a call from my wife. Basically. So the thing is, if it is the pure upward or the pure downward motion, you have to tell me what this U would be, V, A, and S. U will be positive or negative? Positive.
Absolutely. U will be positive, yeah.
Yeah.
V will also be positive.
Positive. A will be?
Negative because of gravity.
Absolutely. Yes, it is negative G. What is S would be? That is H, basically. So plus H, positive. Agree? Yeah. When I'm considering the pure downward motion, U will be negative.
Negative, V will be negative, A will be negative.
Absolutely. And S
is also negative.
Negative H. Yeah. Now the thing is, when I'm applying those three equations of motions which we have, V is equals to U plus AT, S is equals to UT plus half AT square, and V square equals to U square plus 2AS. Okay, so let's consider the very first equation. That will become V is equals to U minus GT. Agree? For the upward motion. For the downward motion, this will be minus V is equals to minus U minus GT. So mathematically, you can actually write this as V is equals to U plus GT, like that. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
Mathematically. But actually, you should write this only. And then later when you solve it, like further, you get different answer, whatever. Okay. But like use this method only in physics. Okay. Right. So, so the thing is, what is important is this only. Along with this, whatever transformation of the formulae taking place over here, that we are not considering at all. We won't be using those formulae, right?
Yep.
All right. So here is a question. I'm giving you, first of all, a simple question, and then we'll increase the complexity. So the very first question. The question is, an object is launched upward, vertically with speed of 20 meter per second. Okay, 20 meter per second. So calculate the maximum height. Okay. This is the first thing. Second thing, an object is dropped from a height of 125 meters. Okay, calculate the time to hit the ground, and first thing, and the second thing, the speed when it hits the ground, and velocity when it hits the ground. Okay, come on, do it. So first of all, tell me the answer to this one quickly.
Yeah, I'm just needing to Wait, so does this first question not require any math?
The first question is easy. You can actually do it very quickly. Consider a is equals to negative 10
Yeah,
meter per second square.
I'll try working it out.
Yeah. I'll write down the formula though. V is equals to u plus at. S is equals to
Yep,
ut plus.
that's the one I'm using. Yep.
And v square equals to u square plus 2s. Okay, I have written all the formula. You use one of them. Yeah.
Should I take gravity as 9.81 or 9.8?
Consider minus 10. Consider 10. Yeah.
I'll make this 2. That changes things. $60 meters.
Oh, 60 meters? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think is correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So go ahead. Next one.
An object dropped from a height of 125 meters. That's it. Ground.
How much did you say? 60.
60. Yeah.
Okay, which formula did you? Yeah. Which formula did you use?
Essentially, I divided 20 by 10 because that's negative deceleration. That gives us the amount of time until the object stops moving upwards or starts moving downwards again. Oh, and I just realized what my mistake was. It's negative 10, which means it should have been 20 meters.
Yeah. So basically, the answer will be 20 meters.
Yep.
Yeah. And you should have used this direct formula, the third formula directly. Okay. Why? See, the thing is, whenever you are given the question, think what you are given. You know u. U is equals to 20.
Pursue that, sure,
yeah.
but
maximum height.
That
means v is equals to 0. You are asked s, maximum height, that's s, and you are given a. So a is equals to negative 10. So you have u, v, a, s in front of you. So obviously you will be using the third equation. Okay. So that is 0 square equals to 20 square plus 2 into minus 10 into s, that is h. When you solve this, you'll be getting answer 20 meters. Easy. Okay.
Cool. Okay.
Do the second one.
As for the second question, object dropped from a height of 125 meters. Calculate the time. Hit the ground. It should be simpler than it when I'm making it. Again, it's the same. S equals ut plus 1/2 at squared. Because we have an initial velocity of 0, so that's not going to matter. So it's essentially just 1/2 times negative 10 times 8. Let's equal to s. And s has to be equal to 125. What am I doing? Five t is equal to 125. It doesn't make sense. Time is a scalar value. Acceleration is a vector value. So let's just ignore that negative sign for now. 125 divided by 5 is 25. No? So it should be 25 seconds.
25 seconds. Really? Sure.
Am I horribly wrong?
I think so. See, the thing is, your displacement is minus 125 meters. Do you agree? You should consider minus 125. Yeah, because it is dropped, means like from a certain height going down. What is u? When it is dropped, initial speed is 0 meter per second. then you know A, which is 9 minus 10, and you
Yep.
have to get T. You have to get T. So SUAT. Which
Yep.
formula? Which
Yep.
formula to use?
S equals UT plus
Plus half
U
A
the 1
squared.
half AT squared. And
That
since U
means,
is 0, the UT term becomes nothing.
yes.
So it
So
doesn't matter. So it's
minus
just minus
5.
125 is
Therefore,
equal to minus 5t
T is
squared.
equals to
Therefore,
5.
it's t is equal to 5? Oh, it's a square.
Okay.
T squared. What is wrong with
Yeah.
me?
Now do the second one. Speed when it hits the ground.
It's the ground. V squared is equal to U squared plus 2AS.
In fact, when you know T, you can use V is equals to U plus AT.
U is equal to V is equal to U plus AT. That is true.
You can use V square equals to U square plus 2S, but like I would
Yeah,
better
but
go with
it's
V
more
because
complicated
that's
than
square.
just going
Yeah,
with
correct.
UAT.
Yeah.
AT time is 5 seconds. It's minus 50.
Absolutely. So minus 50 is the speed. Oh, sorry.
Yep.
Velocity. Minus 50 is the velocity. So
Yep.
the speed would be 50. Okay. Now, my question here gonna be a little more complex. Okay. So the question is you're throwing an object upward with 20 meter per second. Okay, from a height of 125 meter. Okay. So from A, you're throwing it upward. It goes to a certain height and then hits the ground. It is vertical motion though. Like don't think that like it got displaced horizontally. Okay, it's vertical
Okay.
motion only. Yeah.
Okay.
Vertical only. Yeah. My question is, this is G. Calculate the time to hit G given that A is equals to negative 10 meter per second square. Okay. This is 125 meter and yeah, so you are given these many information and you have to get the time to hit G with the one step and not 3 steps.
1 step and not 3.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I mean, assuming that we didn't do any, we have done calculation for what will happen with 20 meters per second is the thing.
See,
but but the thing is that symmetry exists. So that means that essentially we can do a very similar sort of thing between A and G, but and use U as 20 meters per second because symmetry.
Yeah. Yes.
So
But like that means okay. Now you're making me change the values. Let's say this is 30 meter per second. Now do it.
Symmetry.
True.
The thing is that if we're going up 30 meters per second, we're going to reach a certain height that gives us a certain amount of GPE that comes from energy that was used to get us up there.
Till here it is symmetric. But what after that?
So then the only step we need to do is 120 point A to point G with an initial velocity of 30 meters per second.
Absolutely. Not 30. Minus 30.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, we'll do that. If U is minus 30, S is 125, and V is, well, I don't know what V is. We know what A is. I see SUAT, I think. Yeah, that makes, okay. It's 125 is equal to minus 30 T plus 1/2 10 times 10 times T squared, of course. So it's going to be, oh no, this ends up being quadratic, I swear. Let's call that minus 5T squared. Are we looking for velocity? Oh, we're looking for time.
Yep.
Squared. 35. Should this be an integer or not an integer? Sorry, a whole number value, or can it be a decimal?
It can be decimal. It will be decimals only, by the way.
0.57 is equal to t squared. So if you take the SQRT of 3.57, then t equals 1.88. 1.889 doesn't seem right.
All right. See, the thing is, you are making some mistake over here. I'm sure you will be able to get this particular time. But how about the time for going from here to here?
Oh, I mean,
You'll use 2-step then. You'll be doing in 2 steps. But I want 1 step. See, the thing is, there are many ways of doing it. Like you can actually determine the time from here to here, first part. Then the second part, like you determine the height. And then the third part is like from that particular height hitting the ground. That is the third part. Okay. Yeah. And then this particular time which you got over here and the time which you got over here, adding them. But I don't support that method.
Yeah.
Okay? It is 1 step
want it
thing.
to be 1 step.
See, the thing is 1 step. S is equals to from initial to the final point. What is S? S is equals to minus 125. Agree?
Yeah.
U is equals to 30 plus 30 meter per second. Agree? A is equals to minus 10 meter per second square. And I'm asking you time. What do I have to use?
Yeah.
S is equals to UT plus
S equals UT plus half AT squared. Yeah, that's what I used.
Minus 125 equals to 30T minus 5T squared. Solve this quadratic equation and we have the answer for T.
A should be U in this. Oh, because vectors are funny because you can use. I'm an idiot. How did I not?
You can
not see that.
So
vector
value of
they're literally directional. You can just say whether it's positive or negative, and immediately you've incorporated new parts of the. Okay.
And I'll be sharing a lot of worksheets with you, which you have to do. Okay. Without any excuse, you have to do the worksheet. Okay. I'm going ahead with the next question. You understood this question, though, right?
Yeah. Wait. Do I have to do these worksheets because I'm being stupid or what?
No, the worksheets, they will be like the IB exams, exam style questions, okay, which I have collected from the past papers itself. Okay, those worksheets will will give you a good practice basically. Okay, or I think even Ackland has given you the worksheets. If you are doing those worksheets, yeah. So if you're doing those worksheets, that's also fine in that case. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Anyways, let me give you another question over here, which is related to the motion under gravity only. Okay. So the question is, now this is a little bit more complex. Okay. See, you're starting from point A. Okay. It is being dropped. The object is dropped. Okay. Yeah. And in time T, it is covering this particular height H, let's say. Okay. You're getting it. So this entire height is H, which it is covering in time T seconds.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It is T seconds.
Okay.
But it was observed that in T minus 1 seconds, it had covered H dash. Hence, up to this particular height. This is H dash. Okay.
Okay.
This particular distance is known to us, and this is 45 meters. All right. You have to use A is equals to negative 10 meter per second square and determine what is the value of T and what's the value of H. I hope you
Cool
understood the question.
How many
My question is-
steps am I?
As many
How
as
many
you want.
steps am I allowed?
If I have to say this thing in simple words, a simple sentence, that I would go with this sentence, that in a downward journey, when starting from rest, means like when an object was dropped, in last 1 second, it covers 45 meters. Then determine the total time for hitting the ground and the total height.
Yep.
Yeah. What is this 45 meter? The journey in last 1 second, right?
Yeah.
Come on, do D, calculate the value of T and H over here.
I'm just trying to figure out a method for it.
Remember, the one and only method is to jot down what you are given. Okay.
Yep. Let's do that.
Yes, and then applying the right equation. Okay.
Really?
Yes. That's the only method for this. Come on, do it.